is C.W. Stoneking. I did this record, Jungle Blues, and that was a lot of fun. I set myself always a task to try and evolve and do things differently and not fall into too much of a pattern. So there's a couple of tasks I set myself when I began to make the record. I decided to take up the electric guitar so I could have a little more presence on the instrument, and having not played one for 20 years or something, that was a bit more of an undertaking I had anticipated. Plus I wanted to hear something different than I'd ever really played anyway. And well, you know, you do fall into patterns. I tried not to make more like jungly themed songs and stuff like this, but I let myself off on the excuse that it's like a metaphor that was suited to the tone of the rest of the record, so I slipped a couple of them in there. And, you know, it took a while to get it all together, one thing and another, but it wasn't pleasant. But we got there in the end, and I'm happy with the body of work that I made in terms of the songs themselves. The record never satisfies for long from the point of view of the artist. Pretty much as soon as you're out the door and playing the show, you're already better at the song than when you recorded it. So, but I'm satisfied with what I did. You know, I was surprised when it came out, and I got a lot of like reviews mentioning that sound like something like that, because it really was not in my from my perspective. There was no conscious thought that was much of an ingredient anywhere, but I guess just because I've been like surrounded my mind with that sort of stuff for so long, you know, even before I started to make albums, a good 20 years, I suppose, of really of playing like old blues and things like that, and I guess that was in there. But as far as like the songwriting, I can't really like think of that. It's much more mysterious to me how I get at them. It's there's a lot of mystery. I don't really understand. I wish I did. I could write them easier. I guess I do it by not thinking about it, because I don't really think about it myself as like a blues artist necessarily. I know like there's a genre classification and attached places in the world, festivals and record labels and things that cater specifically to that. I've never really inhabited that from the very beginning. I guess when I started to play when I was young in Australia, certainly like the people who call themselves blues, I was very much at an arm's length from them, because I was interested in like the older stuff. It wasn't really very popular back then. Certainly not like it is now. You know, it's the last sort of 15 years or something. It's very popular now. Since maybe like Jack White and people like that maybe brought it back again. You know, I guess in the 60s the same thing happened for a while. So, like I said, as far as like in my songwriting, I'm not really thinking about blues. I'm just like trying to find surprises for myself, trying to find like streams of energy that propel the song forward in an interesting way with rhythm or melody or whatever's happening. And like I said before, I guess with my long-standing interest in like the blues, well, it has that flavour, so I guess that's how I achieve what you call that, pushing it forwards or bringing it forward or progressing it or something like that. I guess it's that combination of factors. You know, what Muddy Waters said, something about folk music is just like, you know, he ain't heard like elephant music or something, or camel music. It's just, folk means people, doesn't it? And I think it's a good thing. I I just think any music, I don't care what sort of thing it is, if you don't have an instrument anywhere, if you got some machine who's cranking out beats, if you got something to sing on top of it or whatever it is, if people are like digging into their subconscious and got some ideas or something, well, that's a worthwhile thing. I hate the way that it's been reduced to like a sort of amateur sport in the mainstream media a lot these days, for all these talent shows and these sort of, annoying people with bad haircuts and that, and making disparaging comments about a bunch of amateurs. It's a shame to waste something like music to that.